Hi guys, my name is Cassie Johnson for those that don't know, and this huge name of me on the screen. This is my website that I created for this semester. It's just cassiejohnson.com. And this website is dedicated to me, my brand. Cassie is the brand I created for myself. Over the past semester, I've really been working on this. And I've kind of wanted to do this for a really long time, so I'm really glad, I'm really grateful for this class because it kind of put the fire underneath me to actually create a website and create these things because I've kind of been on kind of a stalling stage, I would say, about not wanting to create and just not really knowing the resources on how to do it. So I really love this class, and I love WordPress, and I love Divi Builder. This has been just amazing, and so it's a little bit about me, and my brand is Cassie VSG, which is all about bariatric surgery. For those that don't know what bariatric surgery is, it's a weight loss procedure. They go in and they remove. There's a few different types. That's why mine says VSG. That's vertical sleeve. It's a vertical sleeve procedure that can be done, but bariatric surgery is pretty actually common in the United States, and it is just it is a resource more than anything on how to help you really maintain your weight and be able to lose weight quickly, and but it definitely is not the easy way out. And so on Divi Builder, I created this theme, and just kind of as we go down, it kind of, I just liked how it kind of flowed. Like I like just kind of like the, oh, let's just scroll down. And so this is actually me. That's a picture of me, and this is kind of our story, my company's story, where it all began back in March of 2020. And you know, a year ago, I returned home from my mission about 2 years ago now. But a year ago, I found myself at a low point, and I really wanted to change. And so this is all about me and my journey. And then a little quote, a little testimonial from my best friend who just said that I knew she was serious about this when she gave up Dr. Pepper for good, because I was such a Dr. Pepper addict. But after having bariatric surgery, they discourage you from drinking soda, so carbonation, because it'll stretch back out your stomach. And so I was a soda addict. It was my go-to for everything. And so I added in that quote from my best friend. And as you scroll down, it also shows me, you know, what we offer, what me as a company, what I offer for people, and what they'll be able to find on this website. They'll be able to find meal prep, they'll be able to find support and testimonials, they'll be able to find tips and tricks of things that'll work for them. And so I found these cute little icons and added them in, and just kind of, you know, what we offer as a company. And then you scroll down and you got your archive and the categories, and then some social media handles as well that will link actually to my Instagram and Facebook and Twitter that I created for a different class. I'm really kind of spearheading this all, and then as you go over on my top handle, I've got the contact page. Bariatric surgery, I really was looking for a sense of community when I first started considering having bariatric surgery, but there wasn't really a community for younger kids, because I was a young adult. I was only 21. But there were a lot of people in their late 40s, early 30s, just people that weren't my age, and I kind of wanted to know their experience. But Cassie VSG is all about creating a sense of community and belonging. So welcome. That's why I tell them is welcome to the bariatric surgery. Feel free to reach out, introduce yourself. And so kind of in here is I just put kind of a get in touch kind of a contact page, a picture of myself and kind of where the company is based out of, which is Rexburg, Idaho, because I do live here, and then just kind of a way to be able to reach out. And so I liked the theme of this. I liked how it was kind of cohesive to the first. And then you got to go over to my blog that I created, and I only have one blog post right now, but I actually plan on posting more. But this first blog post I created was titled Where It All Began, similar to the first one that we saw there. And it's just life after surgery, you know, what it's been like for me, because everyone has such a unique experience after surgery. And I kind of wanted to start from the beginning, not to get into too much detail, but just kind of where it all began really was back in March of 2020. That's when I came home from my mission. My release date was March 25th, but I came home right during COVID, and it was kind of a wild time. And so I kind of just, I wrote out this story, and I brought people back to, you know, the scariness of COVID. That you can tell we don't have face masks on. We didn't know. I traveled without a face mask. I didn't know that was a thing, and I didn't know that was even an option, really. I didn't understand yet what it meant to be in a pandemic, and what the guidelines and things like that were. But I kind of go down and talk about the celebration of it all, but then also, you know, the sad truth of it, that I didn't recognize myself, and the struggles that I went through. And I wanted to kind of be cohesive, that where you scroll down, there's pictures and context and words. And then I go into, you know, the day that I had surgery, September 18th, the day that my life really did change, and for the better. I would do it all over again. And I go onto the rough path ahead, that I didn't know, that this Cassie didn't know what was about to happen years later for her. But here I am a year later, and I'm still learning. And so I feel like that's something else too, that you know, a lot of people do give that, well, it must be so easy for you. And it really wasn't. It was anything but easy. Um, and I've had moments where I've really considered why I did this, like, and wondered what was happening, but I'm so grateful for it. And so I just share my experience on here, and I plan to share more, and I link it to my Twitter and my Facebook and my Instagram page. And I have a comment section too, because I want it to feel like they can comment, they can have this sense of community here on my webpage. And so as you scroll back up, I also have got a store that we were asked to create, and so I do have a shop at a cart, but I don't think I'll personally be using this as much for my what I have to use, but we'll kind of see kind of how it goes. And then I've also got a cart on here that you can go through and you can shop for those things, and then a search bar, but then you can also click on the logo and it goes right back to kind of where it all began for me. And so yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for all your work this past semester, and I look forward to seeing what you guys have as well. And it has been fun learning together. So thanks.